Who's ready for a Lancome show and tell? Whew! Why did I buy that? That stinks! How did I get talked into buying all this crap?
Hey everyone, how are you doing today? It's Marla. Hopefully everybody is having a good day. It's Friday, August the 30th, according to my computer, and I decided to sit down and finally film this Lancome, and I'm going to call it a show and tell, but my Lancome show and tell. If you watch my previous video, the one with the Botox and the dermal fillers and all that stuff, I had mentioned that I had gotten a makeover with a friend of mine and kind of got talked into purchasing a lot of stuff from Lancome. I normally don't kind of go to the Lancome area very much in my Sephora or in my department store. I just kind of got talked into buying something. Some of the things I really like, some of the things I don't even know why I bought. I guess, peer pressure. I don't know what it was. A couple of things I do like, and this is going to be pretty much another My Perceptions review. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of explain the product, have you take a look at it. You may like it more than I like it, but I'll just kind of tell you why I don't like it. And because of my fibromyalgia, it's tough for me to sit in one place for a really long time sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of film this in sections and then take little breaks between each section. Hello, baby. Take little breaks between each section and then kind of put it all together, and then that way you guys can watch it. But be prepared, this is probably going to be a slightly longer video. I'm going to start out with the eyeshadows that I got because those are kind of the things that I kind of like the most out of everything I purchased from this kind of a Lancome big deal that I got. When it comes to the mascara that I got and the concealer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show it to you in this video, but then I'm going to do 2 consecutive videos after this. One's going to be with all my concealers compared and comparing it to this Lancome concealer, so you'll be able to see the colors and compare it to my Bobbi Brown, compared to my Makeup Forever, compared to my Urban Decay, everything, and my drugstore concealers. That way you can really see a really good comparison of all the concealers I have. And I'm also going to do a comparison of all the mascaras I have, including the one mascara that I purchased today. Let me get started with the most favorite thing of my show and tell purchase, and that is the Lancome eyeshadows that I purchased on my recent makeover. Now, I have tried a lot of eyeshadows from L'Oreal. I think like Lancome and L'Oreal are either owned by the same major company or something like that. This eyeshadow palette and these eyeshadows, every time I mention I really like a really nice eyeshadow from Lancome, I always get somebody responding to me, yes, those eyeshadows are nice. However, I've tried the L'Oreal Infallibles and those are kind of really nice too. And because they're from the same company, they're kind of pretty much the same eyeshadows. Not with these. This is the Color Design. Let me see if I can get my little baby out of here. She's making all this racket, so hold on a minute. All right, I think she is calm now. So let's start this again. The 2 eyeshadows I got were the Taupe Craze in 100, and this is probably my go-to eyeshadow. I'll try to get a picture of this at the end too, but this is my go-to eyeshadow. It is super, super, just very, very natural looking, perfect for a kind of no makeup look. I absolutely love this eyeshadow. I bought this one not necessarily because I would have normally bought it myself, but because this was the one that she put on me initially. It was super popular. They hardly had any of these left, and I just kind of got suckered into this one. But normally I'm kind of not a purplish eyeshadow kind of person, even though she thought it would go really pretty with my brown eyes. I'm just not. But it's okay, and I can wear it, you know, maybe to a special event. These are the Lancome kind of all-in-one Color Design 5 kind of shade eyeshadow palette. And the whole concept behind this palette is that you basically have everything you need right here. The top shadow goes all over your lid, lower lid and your upper lid. It's sort of your base shadow. This shadow on the end goes on your lid. The shadow on the other end is more just of a highlighter that you just kind of put in the corner of your eyes to kind of brighten and highlight your eyes. The shadow in the middle is a crease shade, and then this bottom one right here is a liner, but I also use it as a liner, and I use it to wing out my eye. It's really a great liner. I absolutely love that. These are so nice because these are the most finely milled, just velvety, smooth eyeshadows, the most blendable, glides on gorgeous eyeshadows I've ever used. And I have tried, like I said before, the L'Oreal Infallibles. These are not L'Oreal Infallibles. L'Oreal Infallibles, in my mind, do not even compare to these shadows. These are really different. Even though they look sparkly, when you put them on your eyes, they really don't look that way. They don't look shimmery. They just make your eyes look really radiant. And the best way to describe it is when you look at my eyes when I have these on, it almost makes my eyes look like they're twinkling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the purple to one eye and the taupe craze to the other eye. If I can get some pictures, I'll try to throw those in too. And that way you can kind of see what both of these look like on my eyes. So let me do that right now. I tried, but it was really hard to kind of show you guys what this stuff looks like. This one is the purple one that I have on. I know the lighting in here is now getting really bad because the sun is starting to set. This is the taupe one, really super natural on my eyes. I put a ton of it on and you can still see it's not kind of in your face eyeshadow. I do prefer the taupe over this one. However, once in a while if we're going out, this is a really pretty shade for brown eyes. This is a great shadow. When I look at it, it looks like it's going to be real shimmery, but when I put it on, it just kind of makes my eyes sparkle. Doesn't seem really shimmery on, just makes my eyes twinkle and look a little bit more radiant. I really do enjoy wearing this, and I'm not a big eyeshadow person. So I did take some stills of this, and hopefully you'll be able to get a really good look at what this shadow looks like, at least the two shades that I have in the compact. Let me try to insert that right now. This is the shade Taupe Craze number 100. And you can see it just gives my eyes a little bit of pop, a little bit of sparkle. Because it is so finely milled though, there is a little bit of fallout, so you will kind of have to clean up the area on your cheek possibly for some flecks that might have gotten down there when you were doing your eyes. And this is the shade Plum Splendor number 309, a very pretty light plum shade. This is what the Taupe Craze 100 looks like, and you can see there is a little bit of fallout of powder on the compact itself, but that really is not a problem. For me anyway, it really does look beautiful on my eyes. And this is the Plum Splendor Compact number 309. Now, probably my next favorite in this Lancome Show and Tell would be this mascara that I purchased. Now, I am normally not a person that buys crazy expensive mascaras because I kind of think mascaras in the drugstore sometimes are just as good as the expensive mascaras. However, I really love this mascara. It is and I think this is how you pronounce it, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the Virtuose Black Carrot Mascara. Let me see if I can put that. Ooh, that's hard to see. It's like impossible to see. So let's forget that. But I believe it's called the Virtuose Black Carrot. I will print it down here. And I know I saw a lot of people, when I first pulled this out and tried it, I said to myself, you know, this is really awkward. This wand, the shape of it, I just don't seem to like it. However, I really did work with it, and there's unfortunately, a little eyelash there. I really worked with it, and now I love it. It really makes my eyelashes look gorgeous. What I will do though is, because I have so many mascaras, I am going to do a comparison of this on either the next video or the one after that, and then you can really get a good look at this mascara compared to some of the other. I know I have Hypnose, I have Better Than Real, I have a bunch of mascaras I will compare it to, and then you can kind of compare and see. I'll compare all the wands and everything else, but I really do like this. I would repurchase this. Just saying. I like it that much. So the Lancome Virtuose Black Carrot is a winner for me. Love, love, love this. Next in my line of products, my next things that I liked the best that I purchased, and don't ask me why I got 2 of these, but I just did. Because I live in Florida, I don't lay out in the sun a lot. However, there are a couple days a week that I volunteer at my local SPCA, and I am outside walking dogs. So I am in the sun, even though I have a giant hat on and look like a big doofus with my sunglasses on. I still put gobs and gobs of sunscreen on, even though my foundation, my Shiseido sun protection stick, I believe has an SPF of 30 in it, I think, or 35. I still put sunscreen on under my foundation. I purchased 2 of these. I purchased this one, which is the Lancome, I think it's called, is it Benefit or Benefit UV50? Why are all their names so hard for me to pronounce? But this is what it looks like. That's probably the easiest way to show you. It's an SPF of 50. I really like the sunscreen. I know some people feel like they thought it was greasy. I did not feel that way whatsoever. When it comes out, it is kind of a little runny. I normally shake it up. The sun here keeps going up and down, up and down. Are we gonna have a thunderstorm? Are we not gonna have a thunderstorm? That's Florida. But what I normally do is I shake it up first. There's like a little kind of, sounds like there's a little ball in there making sounds to shake it up with. Shake it up, and when it comes out, you can see kind of how, here it comes, how kind of runny it is. Now, for the longest time, I was using the Neutrogena, and I can't remember. Let me go see which one I was using. Hold on a minute. Okay, for the longest time, I was using my Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen. The only problem with this is I wear contact lenses, and for some reason I would put this on and it would just get on my contact lenses, and you know how you get the little smudgies and it drives you crazy, you can't see. For some reason this was doing it to me. Other than that, this was great. It didn't give me any pimples or blackheads. It was very drying. It didn't really feel like it left my face super greasy, but it just wasn't something I really wanted to rub kind of around my eye area. This really isn't so bad. I actually slather this kind of right under this area and above. Doesn't seem to bug my contacts that much. It is an SPF 50, which is great. For me, it seems to absorb into my skin. I like it. Just me. You may not like it, but I really do like it, and it doesn't give me zits. That's kind of my big thing when it comes to suntan lotion. I gotta have a suntan lotion, does not break me out, give me blackheads. This one I really, really like, and I wear this even if I have moisturizer on first. I will then put this on. The other suntan lotion I got from Lancome is kind of called the same name. I think it's Bienfait or Bienifait, or I don't know. I don't know if that's French or what that is, or whether I just don't know English really well. This is what this one looks like. And this one only is, I think, an SPF of 30. But this one seems a little bit more moisturizing, because when you squirt this one out, it has more of a pump. But you see, this one doesn't run. So when I put this one on, I actually use this one as a moisturizer, and I don't apply any other moisturizer on my face, and then I just put my makeup on. Both of these I really love. I'm sure they have tons of parabens in, because Lancome usually has tons of parabens in everything. But for suntan lotion, I like these. I would repurchase either one of these again. They're really, for me, both great sunscreens. So I like these. Next on my list, I forgot to mention, both of these suntan lotions smell amazing. Not perfumey, just refreshingly beautiful. Just the most fabulous smell. I just love both the scents of these. They're not overpowering. They do smell absolutely lovely. So I did want to mention that, because I know sometimes people have an issue with the way sometimes sunscreen smells. I love both of these. So good. I have 2 more things that I purchased, and then I'm going to show you the 1, 2, 3, 4 things that my friend purchased. She's letting me borrow them for this massive kind of show and tell. The other thing I purchased that is a regret for me is this Lancome, and I think it's pronounced Efficiernes Waterproof Under Eye Concealer. The shade I got was medium bisque because the other shade that was darker than this was too dark for me. So I was kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. This shade I really didn't care for, but the other shade I care for less. But I heard such great reviews about this concealer that I thought I had to get it. I'm going to show you just a little swatchy of it, and then I will do a massive concealer video within the next 2 videos that I do after this. But this is the color of this one, and I will take a picture of this because it's tough to see it with my lighting right now. It just probably for me does not have enough yellow in it. I have a lot of gold in my skin, and this one just doesn't have. This reminds me a lot of my Makeup Forever full coverage concealer. However, my Makeup full coverage concealer has a little bit more yellow in. It comes in a lot more shades, and I think it does a lot better job at concealing the under eye area than this one does. But I got it because some people had such great reviews about it, but I would not purchase this again. Just me, but I wouldn't purchase this again. But I will show this in the big concealer video that I do in about a week or 2. Here's just a quick look of what this concealer looks like. This is a pretty good representation of the actual color. Probably my least favorite thing that I purchased is this Lancome Hydra, and it's another word I cannot pronounce. Hydra Frachelle? Hydra Frachelle, I don't know. Give me some easy things here when it comes to names, Lancome, please. Just easy names. Is that okay? Is that asking too much? This is an invigorating body moisturizer. I don't like this whatsoever. I will use it, but I don't like it. And there's a couple reasons I don't like it. It is, when you take it out, I would not consider this kind of a luxurious cream. It's a little bit on the thinner side. It just, like when you put it on, it rubs in, but it's not what I consider kind of a thick, luxurious moisturizer. It just isn't. And the other thing is, when I wipe it on my hands, when I rub this on my hands and let it soak in, I have to kind of wash my hands because my hands feel sticky. The stickiness does not seem to wear off as it dries. It just really bugs me. And I feel it right now. They're sticky, and I'll be right back because I gotta wash my hands off. So I don't like the kind of the consistency of it. It's just kind of a lightweight. I mean, it is a lightweight moisturizer, but I want a little bit more moisturization. But I want moisturization that once I rub it in, and especially my hands get dry a lot, so I like to use moisturizers on my hands. I don't want to have to kind of wash my hands after I put the lotion on because they're too sticky. And that's how this feels on. And probably the worst thing of all with this is the smell. When I first tried this on at the counter, I smelled it and I thought, wow, that's kind of unique. That's different. It's a different smell. It smells almost like men's aftershave. I thought kind of cool, kind of not perfumey, which I'm not a big perfumey person. I thought that might be refreshing. When I got it home and I started using it, first of all, I would put it on, and whoever I was around, my son or my husband, the first thing out of their mouth was, okay, what stinks? That's not a good sign. But really, that's really the first reaction, you know. And when I put it on myself, it's one of those times where, you know how you put something on yourself and you kind of want to run away from yourself? That's what started happening. When I looked at the reviews of this, a lot of people like this, but I can't tolerate the smell of this, and I don't like the feeling of it, the stickiness on my hands. So for me, personally, this was not a winner. Again, I'm sure it's loaded with parabens because most of Lancome stuff is. just not my favorite thing. So I may actually give this to my friend, see if she likes it, but this is something I would not repurchase. Now, what I'm going to do next is I am going to show you, my friend has dry skin. I have combination oilier skin. She has dry skin. So she purchased a couple cleansers that she's going to let me try. And she purchased 2 eyeliners that I'm going to show you also. And I'll kind of give you my impressions of them. I'm not a big eyeliner, big thick wing kind of person, but she kind of likes a thicker wing. And let me grab those right now and I'll show you those. Now let's get into what my friend purchased. She really likes to do kind of a thicker wing, and she's really talented with eyeliner. I am very incompetent with eyeliner. I don't like kind of a thick line or wing near my eye, but she does. And she loves this Art Liner eyeliner by Lancome. I think it comes in more than one color also, but she purchased the black shade. And this is what the tip of it looks like. To me, that tip is too bulbous. It would be very hard for me to kind of work with this. She really likes it, finds it very easy to work with. It's very intense black. It does last a long time. The tip is, let me put this near my neck. She said it was okay to do this. The tip is very flexible, and you can see kind of the line you get with this. But even though I can kind of draw a thin line with this, I cannot do this. I tried it. I cannot work with this. So for her, she loves it, but for me, I just don't like this tip on this liner. The next thing she purchased was some more liner. She's a big eyeliner person, and she got the gel liner, and I think she got this in Purple Jewels, number 301. And she's actually used this a lot already, so it's kind of messy. This is what the purple looks like, and I'm going to take pictures of these because when I look at it here and when I'm looking at it on the computer, it looks like 2 different shades. So I'm going to take a picture of that and insert that either after I talk about this or right side by side. This is the Purple Jewels. It's funny, it almost looks like a navy, but it is Purple Jewels in the liner design gel eyeliner. And you can tell already it almost looks a little dry in the little container. I'm just not a big fan of this. I don't like this, and she's been using this, and she's not as much of a fan of this as she is the black liner. The reason being is this stuff gets dry and kind of thick. If you have a really good brush like this MAC 208 brush, that's what I'm dipping in her liner. Hopefully she doesn't mind. It's just kind of a drier liner. That's kind of the line you get. You can see it just kind of dries out, and it doesn't kind of give a consistent, what I want to say, it's kind of like splotchy. Some areas get dark and some areas just kind of there's nothing there. There's no liner whatsoever. I don't like this. She doesn't like it. I know some people really love this. I find it to be drying, and just looking at hers, it looks like it's already all dried out. Not a huge fan of this, and neither is she, but what can you do? It's hers. And finally, she has 2 cleansers that she purchased. She has dry skin. I actually tried both these cleansers, and I was really surprised they were for dry skin because both of them I felt dried out my skin, and I have oilier skin, but she kind of likes them. So let me whip those 2 out and show you those also, and then I'm done. Now on these 2 cleansers, she has drier skin, but for some reason, I think she purchased this one because she liked the mousse feeling, the sensation of it, but this probably was not the best one for her to purchase. This was the normal combination skin one. This one really dries my skin out. I put this on and it made my skin feel so tight afterwards. I just do not like this. I know some people love it, but I didn't care for it. And this is supposed to, it says, discover the new sensory experience of cleansing, pure pampering pleasure. You're supposed to be able to use this, and it's supposed to remove makeup in seconds. So let's test this out. My hand is full of eyeliner, and let me put this on and see how well this does at removing that makeup. So it comes out like a foam, like that, which is kind of cool. It smells really nice, but again, I think this is full of parabens for anybody that's concerned. I'm pretty sure this has parabens in it, but it smells wonderful. You can use this with a Clarisonic because I did try it, and it does lather up really nicely. So let me put this on this eyeliner. Okay, I'm gonna rinse this off, and when I rinse this off, that better all be gone. All right, I did rinse it off, and you can see barely anything is left. So it did take off that liner and the cream liner that was on my hand, so it did do the job it said it was supposed to do. The reason that I didn't care for this when I tried it out, she definitely should not have purchased this because it's for normal combo skin, but I think the lady, again, kind of talked her into this, and that's why I don't go to those things. But the feeling of it's nice and lathers up really well. I can use it with a Clarisonic. The thing that I didn't like about it is when I took this off and let my skin just kind of sit for a while after I dried it with a towel, my face felt super tight. And I have oily skin, or oilier skin, combo skin, but it's not good to have really dry, it's not good for things to dry out your skin. Sometimes that's how you end up getting more acne, when you just keep drying your skin up. I just did not like it for that reason. I didn't like the feeling of the tightness on my face. So not a fan of this. You may like it, but for me, kind of not a fan of it. She loves it because she just loves the foaming sensation on her face. She has a Clarisonic also. Smells really nice, not perfumey. Very nice smell. The other cleanser that she purchased, she's a big cleanser fanatic, is the Lancome Cream Mousse Comfort, I believe it's called. It's comforting, creamy, foaming cleanser for dry skin. This is kind of what it looks like. It says this rich and creamy cleanser with nourishing rosehip oil and delivers a voluminous foam to gently remove makeup, even waterproof makeup, dissolve impurities, and leave the skin soft and supple. So let me again put some makeup on my hand here, and I'll put a little mascara on there. This mascara is a little tough to take off. All right, so I have this on my hand now, and I'm going to pretend that I'm going to put this cleanser on as if I was putting it on my face. And this is a little different than the foaming cleanser because it comes out like this little pink. It has a pinkish shade, very light pink shade. It's very thick and rich looking. It may have a little bit of a rosy scent, but nothing overpowering or overwhelming, not an overwhelming perfumey scent or anything. Smells really nice, and I'm going to, you could actually, because it's so thick and rich, use this also if you have a Clarisonic. And I'm going to rub that in all over, and this should take off waterproof like it says it does. So I've rubbed that in, and now I'm going to rinse this off, and hopefully this too will be gone from my hand. Now this one removed it, but it seemed to leave just a little bit more than the mousse did, but you know, kind of here nor there. But that's kind of what was left after I rubbed and rubbed a little bit with the cleanser, as if you'd be rubbing it on your face and then did a lot of rinsing. So that was what was left. Again, I tried both of these, and I even tried the one that she got for dry skin. And for me, on my face, I don't know what it is about these cleansers, but after I towel dry off my face and kind of sit there for a while, they just felt a little tight. When you look at the websites for these get really good reviews. So maybe I just have messed up skin that just doesn't like a Lancome cleanser. I don't know, but I don't like these. She kind of likes them. So that is it. I think I went over everything, and I will do the concealer video and then the mascara video, which compares the purchased mascara that I got in this video and the purchase Lancome concealer. I got this one with all the other concealers I have and all the other mascaras I have, so you can kind of get a really good comparison. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my Lancome show and tell. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. I will see you soon. Bye-bye from Marla.